Fulham 1, Villa 3. I loved Fulham's goal, Barry. I mean, I know you know that I would love Fulham's goal, but, just absolutely getting it launched.
Yeah.
It's not really Premier League defending from Pau Torres. And I liked Jonathan Pearce taking a pop at the coaching manuals. They're inanimate. They're just books, Jonathan. You can't have a pop at them. But I did like that goal, and not in a guilty pleasure way. In a real just lump it and score. I like goals like that.
Yeah, just direct, get it launched football, and Paul Torres was pretty helpless under that bouncing ball, and Raul Jimenez, who can't put a foot wrong at the minute, took full advantage. So I think he scored for Mexico as well during the international break. So he just, everything's going right for him, and it's good to see, as we always say.
Well, you say that, but he did put a head wrong, because actually I thought this game was just, there were so many fine margins. One is he has that really clear header and he puts it wide. Watkins has a harder chance and scores a brilliant header. And it was a really fun game, I thought.
Ander Pereira's the worst penalty ever. I'm going to say worse than the one Micky Gray missed in that playoff final.
Not worse than Pat Nevin or Peter Devine. And I suppose he does hit the target, doesn't he? So, it's better than Roberto Baggio, right? There was a chance.
Yeah. I did get flashbacks to the Mickey. Sorry if you're listening, Mickey, but I did get flashbacks back to that. It was up, same place, same feeble cake, but
do you think Micky Gray woke up this morning and went, what is it? It's the 20th of October, 2024. And do you know what? I finally feel like I'm over that. I know I could have put my foot through it, but do you know what? I feel like there's water under the bridge. Enough time's gone by. And there you are. There's no reason for anyone to bring it up today. No one's thinking about it. And there you are. I love the Watkins header. I loved Emile Smith-Rowe's hilarious attempt at marking him. He nodded like someone in Riverdance. Like his arms were right by his side, just did a little nod. And, I don't think many people have picked it up, but do have a look back at that. And on that penalty, I'm sorry, Barry, but what? It is insane that is a penalty. It is insane we're at a level where half the people listening to this probably think it was a penalty, because people are now going, well, his arm is out. What is he meant to do? The ball is about a centimetre away from him. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, somebody somewhere should be hanging their head in shame about this. I don't know who. I don't know if it's Kalina or Ellery or someone at IFAB or just somebody somewhere. Can somebody take some responsibility and then hold their hands up in an unnatural position and just say, yes, we've got this wrong? Because there's never, ever a handball in a million years. They're all my thoughts.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir here. There's no way that should be a penalty, but according to our old friend, the letter of the law and the manner in which it must be interpreted, it is a penalty, and that is ludicrous.
Because Emile Smith-Rowe proved that if you have your hands by your side, you look ridiculous, and that's not a natural position for your arms to be. Look, I'm moving my arms now, like even just sitting down, you move your arms. Totally ridiculous. To Old Trafford then, Man United, Brentford. As I like to, this analogy that really doesn't work, but I'm sticking with it. He's just, that is Eric Ten Hag. He's just clambered to the top of that Pinnock header, and the branch broke a little bit, and then he scored two great goals, by the way, weren't they? I mean, really lovely. Garnacho, the cross from Rashford, and then the little move and Fernandez's touch and the Hoyland finish. And it just meant that Ten Hag is now back on top of the cliff, and then the buses. Micky Gray tweets, I am listening, Barry.
Sorry, Michael.
Many apologies. I'm really sorry. I feel bad. That was like
I'm going to say, even if Mickey saw that penalty that Pereira took, it would have given him flashbacks, because they were almost identical.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it was like the time when you said that David Seaman save from Paul Peschisolido wasn't that good, and he texted going, cheers. Or a bit like when
I still take, it was a terrible header, not a good save.
All the time when, I can't remember, I was doing Drive and, we were doing one of those, who's the best, is Paul Scholes the best player ever? And I just said, look, he's brilliant, but he's on table 2. He's not on table 1 with Zidane and R9, Ronaldo and Messi. And he heard that and then was sad about it. We don't expect anyone to be listening, Mickey, do we? So we do apologise. But anyway, look, good win for Manchester United. Any win for Manchester United is a good win, Barry.
I would venture to say that second half performance was probably their the best they've been, certainly this season, and if not in the last season and a half, in Ten Hag's reign, perhaps. But they have to do it a lot more consistently and often before I'll be convinced. Stop clocks and all that. But yeah, they were pretty impressive. They deserve credit for a very good second half performance. I'd be honest, I kind of fancy Brentford for this one. I think a lot of people probably did. They didn't get their customary early goal, although they could have had one after inside 3 minutes. Kevin Shad had a fresh air kick when he tried to meet a very inviting cross. That would have put them one up. Ethan Pinnock, what a player that man is. What a player.
I mean, Ten Hag deserves praise for the way Man United played in that second half. He deserves criticism for the way he talked about De Ligt being taken off because his head was bleeding by trying to say it was dry blood. I mean, it was pouring down his head. I mean, it's completely ridiculous and it's sort of moronic. And these rules are there because they're important. And I wouldn't be against a concussion sub. If your head's bleeding, someone else can come on. A blood sub. I have no problem with that. I don't know if they have it in rugby, but
I think they do.
But they are the laws. So don't say, he was fine. It was dry blood when everyone's watching a man with a bleeding head.
If it was anyone's fault, it was those of the United medics because they just kept doing a half-assed job of patching it up. When just put a big bandage, go full Terry Butcher.
100%, you're right. But well done, Manchester United. Someone else has been in touch, Barry. David Seaman's listening.
God, no.
Do you know what would be really useful is if all current and former professional footballers who are listening could just get in touch with the show before it begins, and then Barry won't go through. I mean, it's an amazing second. I just say for the record, that save that David Seaman, I'm not just saying because he's listening, go and watch it again. I know Peschisolido could have put it.
I was watching at the time. It is a good save, but it is an overrated save because the header from Paul Peschisolido was bad. And I bet he's listening as well. He'll be in touch. There'll be a crowd of angry ex-professional footballers standing outside the studio with their arms folded, waiting for me to come out at 1:30.
But it can be a bad header and still be a brilliant save. The way he claws it out, I'm going to watch it again.
It was straight at him.
Everybody in this break, watch the David Seaman save from Paul. The kids who are listening, just go and watch David Seaman save versus Paul Peschisolido and then tell Barry he's wrong.